All right, good afternoon. We should be live. It is Tuesday, September 5th, 4:28 p.m. and a very hot 31 degrees Celsius. I'm here in Midtown Toronto at Oriole Park. I see Vivian in the chat, Marge in the chat. I like to walk. Sheena Roberts, thanks for tuning in. This is going to be one of those days where I kind of struggle to read the chat because the sun's so bright, but we'll try to make do, and huge thanks to the mods for keeping tabs on the chat. This is actually my first time outside today. And I kind of camped inside all day yesterday. I think we had the hottest day of the year yesterday, and today is another candidate for that. Marie Palmer's here, Mark D's here, Angela's here, Sanjay and Kingston. So I've got the scooter. I didn't really feel like walking around in this, but since the video I posted this morning wasn't of Toronto, I want to get some local content up today. Plus it's about time for a stream anyways. I'm just going to get the chat up and running on this phone here, and we'll get moving. Good, I just got an email notification that we're now live. On this phone here, and we'll get moving. Let me make sure I've got my other phone down in lower quality. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna mount the streaming phone before we head out onto the mean streets of Toronto. I'm going to be heading towards downtown. First, let's just make sure that we've got this thing set up correctly. Anne's here, 21st Century Walks, Jelly Bean, Brad Palmer, Jacqueline S, Walk Every Day, Tracy, Gertej. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for watching me sweat my bees off. Just want to make sure we've got the camera mounted nicely here before we really get moving. Ooh, hitting some big bumps. I apologize for that. Might want to tighten the chest mount a bit. Let's see how this is looking. Aside from those bumps I hit, it looks pretty good. I'm just tightening. I've got the camera mounted, which should reduce some of those bounces when I hit some of these fabulous, not so smooth Toronto roads. Pat 1967 says, so hot today. Yeah, I was just ignorant to all this heat in my apartment with the AC blasting. I edited a few videos. Drank some cold bubblies and a few hot coffees. So I'm in the Deer Park neighborhood. Where I apologize, these roads aren't so smooth. Things should smooth out in a moment. And just the usual disclaimer, when I'm riding around, I can't always read the chat. I'm a little more focused on riding safely. Yeah, it is 31 degrees Celsius, and it feels every last bit of it. Well, I'm definitely glad I chose to ride for this stream than walk. So this is going to lead me out to Yonge Street. There goes someone delivering on a Move and Pulse e-bike. That's the same model e-bike that I have. I just want to check one thing here. There's been a trend today of people waving me through out of turn at four-ways. It happened 3 times just on my way to Oriole Park. I got to the stop sign, someone else was clearly there first, and they're waving me through, and I'm going, what? It's your right of way. And it's an exciting time for all the school kids as they're back in school today. All right, I'm gonna pop into the bike lane here. Maybe I'll make a right at St. Clair. I apologize if things are a bit bouncier than usual. I feel my camera mount moving around a bit more than it usually would. I'm not sure why, but I'll investigate that after the stream. Hopefully the video is still smooth enough to watch. All right, let's head west here along St. Clair. And directly into the sun. I do have an ice cold drink in my backpack. I might stop at some point and consume that. Mermaid in the chat. Jeanette says, I'm famous, so I get the right of way. I don't think that's how it works. I see a super chat. Mike Landry. Mike Landry saying hi. Thank you for the $5, Mike. And you sent one during this morning's premiere as well. Hope all is well. Over on the East Coast. This noisy Ultima here buzzed past me a little too fast and close. Marge says it's a good day for popsicles. Stay hydrated. Thank you, Marge. $5 should get me a few of those. This is Avenue Road. So at some point, I'm gonna head south. It's just a matter of, do I take Russell Hill Road? And do we take Spadina? If I go on Spadina, we'll get to swing by Casa Loma. Thank you again, Mike and Marge, and thanks to everyone for tuning in. I'll probably go live a few more times this week. I might even take the e-bike out. I've been meaning to make more content on it as we're at Russell Hill Road. Don't forget to hit the like button. It does help get these videos out. And subscribe, of course. All right, so I guess I'm gonna go down Spadina Road. That's Sir Winston Churchill Park on the left here. You know what? I think I can grab this walk cycle here. I'm gonna hop off the e-scooter and just walk it across. It's one way to jump the queue. Sammy Woo in the house. Hello, Sammy. So, time to say goodbye to St. Clair Avenue and hello to Spadina Road. Well, I guess if I got in that left turn queue, I would have been there a little quicker. Oh well. This is the Nordheimer ravine I'm passing over. All right, so what I'm gonna do is head down to St. George. It's a nice street to go down, and then that'll connect to Beverly. There's the Spadina Museum on the left. And Casa Loma just here. On the left, it looks like there's a wedding couple taking their pictures there. Let's see. So it looks like it's closed for a private event, but there's a look at Casa Loma. Lisa in the house. Paula is here. It's kind of a stunning wedding spot. Jeanette Morales is here. Hello, Jeanette. Casa Loma stables are just off to the right. So let's go dip down into the annex, and I'll go south down St. George Street. This is Davenport Road, which features a bike lane. Dirk G in the house, Naughty Brown, Jennifer Gala. Jennifer says it's insanely hot in Montreal as well. Yeah, this is probably the hottest I've felt it all summer. I was in Vietnam and Thailand in April. There were a few days hotter than this. Looks like maybe George Brown is back in school. There's a lot of students here. This is George Brown College that I'm riding through, one of their many campuses. This is leading me back to Spadina Road. So I'm going to make a right onto DuPont and then a left onto St. George. Break in traffic, there we go. This is Walmer Street. Let's go on Walmer and I'll connect over to St. George. So we are in the north end of the annex. These trees are providing some much needed relief from the sun. Jelly bean, $5. Thank you, Jelly Bean. Lisa used to walk this part of Walmer all the time. Thanks again, Jelly Bean, for the $5. I don't know if I've ever been on this stretch of Walmer. And I'm assuming I can hop over to St. George. This is Kendall Avenue. Oh well, let's get lost in the annex a bit. Why not? car took that turn awfully tight. This is a gorgeous neighborhood. Looks like I'm about to get led back over to Walmart. And I know the problem. All right. I'm a dummy. I was going the wrong way from St. George. Oh well, no harm done. For some reason, I thought when I turned right onto DuPont from Spadina, my brain thought that I was taking Russell Hill down. This makes a lot more sense. Look at this. 1960s architecture at its finest. There's a lot of examples of buildings like that in this area that I think are quite neat. This is Lowther Avenue I'm crossing. And there's an entrance to Spadina Station just here on the left. Some more neat old apartment buildings. I remember in my early 20s looking at apartments in this area, and a lot of the rents were like $800-900 for a one bedroom. And now they're nearly triple that if you want a one bedroom. That would have been around 2003. So I've hit Bloor Street. I'm going to take this over to St. George. That looks like construction here has closed off the bike lane. Try to keep to the right as much as possible. This is Huron Street, so I'm going to make a right at the next one. Actually, screw that. Let's go right at Huron. Then at Robarts, I'll make a left. So in a month from now, this area will be just jam-packed with students. This is the calm before the storm. I'll go left here at Sussex. And then we'll go right at St. George. The food trucks setting up already. This must be Frosh Week. People in yellow t-shirts over there. Now see, this says Grange Park. We are heading in that direction. Lisa says there's a parade tomorrow, apparently, on a Wednesday. Seems kind of odd. Yorkville BIA says there's a parade. Look at these red light runners. So on Sunday, I recorded that Beaches Walk video, which I posted yesterday, but before that, I recorded Busker Fest. And I edited that this afternoon. I cut out a lot of the annoying waits when you're watching a performer set up and stuff. And I didn't really want to show their full acts. But I still got hit with like 6 copyright music violations, so I don't even know if I'm going to be able to post that video. I might just post it unmonetized to the Johnny Stumbles channel. Maybe I'll send it as a members video, I don't know. It's going to be a mess trying to clean up that audio. I also edited a video that I did through a Six Flags park in New York State. And that one I just uploaded, and I'm waiting to see how many copyright hits I got on that. Here is College Street, so here is where St. George ends. And Beverly Street begins. Why it's just not all the same street, I don't know. So this is south on Beverly. Nice view of the tower straight ahead. And we are at Dundas. Uh-oh. My Six Flags video just got hit with a copyright. That's no good. 2 of them. Someone says I'm going fast. No, I'm not. I'm crawling along. Hertage ate fish and chips at the CNE yesterday. Jacqueline's saying I might get an iced latte or something to drink. I have a frozen cold bubbly in my backpack. And I think it might be a good time to break that out. That's Grange Park across the street. I'm going to head over there, I think. Just trying to stay out of the way of some of that traffic. A lot of people here just relaxing. I was hoping one of those benches would be free. So guys, we're gonna have a quick bubbly break. Where did I put that damn thing? What flavor is the drink today? We are Rocking a lime bubbly. So I almost knocked my scooter down. Sorry guys, this is just gonna be a quick midstream break. Sheena Roberts says bubbly time. That's the Ontario College of Art and Design in the background, OCAD University. I wonder how sweaty and gross I look. Maybe not that bad, but I assure you, I am dripping in sweat. And I'm not even at 2,000 steps on the day. There's a bubbly. Lisa says breaks are permitted in this heat. I'm assuming breaks are permitted in any weather. I stream my rules. What a gorgeous dog. It's funny how it's not till the tail end of summer and kids are back in school that we get our most summer-like weather. All right, Jelly Bean, take care. Jeanette says, lime bubbly is your favorite. I like it. It reminds me of 7-Up. I mentioned this in my video the other day, but sadly, this is one of the parks where public drinking is not permitted. Although, I have a feeling a whole lot of it goes on here anyways. And we're almost done the bubbly, about to get out and start moving again. This break was brought to you by the Toronto Blue Jays, who must beat the Oakland A's again tonight after almost blowing it yesterday. Okay, the bubbly is done. Remount the phone. Next stop, recycling bins. There we go. I've officially done my part for the environment. Oh, it looks like I've got my phone in kind of crooked. Definitely could have done a better job of mounting it. There we go. Let's just pop back out to Beverly. And we are at Queen. Riding directly into the sunlight. We're going to hop into this left turn lane and jump onto Peter Street. And into the entertainment district. There's a lot of security and police in front of that shelter over there. Let's see how things are doing on Adelaide. They have moved the bike lane to the north side of the street, and it's nice and protected. Whoa! I think she's okay. You okay? I think her wheel got snagged in the streetcar tracks and she kind of ate shit there. She said she was okay, but sometimes after you take a stumble like that, you pop back up and you feel fine. And then you realize later on you've got like a broken finger or something. You don't notice it in the moment. Hopefully she's okay and it was just a minor fall, no harm done. Lisa says maybe stay next time. That was the debate going in my head, but there were a few others who stopped to help as well. Also, if she's genuinely okay, I'm not sure how she feels about having a camera in her face at a time that might be a little embarrassing. All right, I'm gonna go left here. The bike lane closes just up ahead. I don't really want to deal with it. We are going north up University, where we'll be greeted by another bike lane closure. Look at this traffic. Let's see how this plays out. Ooh. University is completely blocked off on the right side here. It looks like the construction ends here and I can hop into the bike lane in a moment. Hey, we're over 400 viewers. Thanks, guys.
I'll give you a clue which range.
So this is north up University Avenue.
Video game?
This is Elm Street. Just give me a chance to catch back up with the chat. Jane Jarin is here. Bill Chow, wise advice. You might recall in an earlier video I had a wheel snag in a streetcar track. It was not fun. Robert Parker says it's supposed to be in the 90s 3 straight days and then straight thunderstorms. This is a route where Arnold Schwarzenegger was seen on his bike last summer. And we are at College. So what I'm going to do is make my way up to East York. I will spare you the Greektown Danforth ride. This is kind of a pleasant ride right now, just going north into a nice breeze. The sun's not too bad. It's Queen's Park on the left. We're back in University of Toronto land. So what I'm gonna do maybe in 20 minutes is order some dinner. I'm gonna ride over to the restaurant and pick it up. So this is east on Bloor Street West in Yorkville, where one of our viewers works. Probably more than one, but one of them in the chat right now.
Buying these things.
Gotta be on your toes going through that stretch. Fabricland has moved into where H&M used to be. I think that building is doomed for redevelopment. They probably got a really good deal on the rent from the landlord there. Oops. I probably could have stopped at that intersection. My bad. What is this? Why is this car just sticking into the bike lane there? There's another car. That's some A+ driving. All the more reason to have protected bike lanes. We are at Church Street. Lisa says, rip your comments. You're welcome, Dirk G. Of course, after not streaming for several days, I picked the hottest possible time to do it. Hello, Jenna A. That is why you stick to the right when you're slower moving. Let those people pass.
I did it. I'm like, yeah, okay.
This is Ted Rogers Way.
Standing on my business.
So I think I'm going to go ride up to Mortimer Street, and when I get there, I'm going to pull out my phone and order up a meal. We're at Sherburne Street, and they're replacing the pedestrian crossing just up ahead here. So the bike lane is about to disappear. The Glen Road pedestrian bridge, a multi-year project. The bike lane has reappeared. Nice. All right, Naughty, take care. Silver Fox is here. Hi, Johnny, you need to go home to get into the air conditioning. Well, I'm not going into my home, but I do have a key to get into someone else's home. I'm gonna pick some dinner up to eat there. Then I get to walk a dog and ride home. How does that sound? Lisa says, why is that stretch elevated? That's a good question. I don't think there's any buses that run along that stretch that would benefit from that. You often see that to accommodate wheelchair loading on the buses at certain stops. We're about to cross the Bloor Viaduct. Is he going to stop at the red light? Nope. Well, sorry guys, if ads are being inserted into the stream, that's a new thing YouTube is doing. I'll see if I can disable that for future streams. Ads will play if you're rewatching it the same as they would on normal videos. I can see how they would be annoying being inserted into a live stream like that. So this is the Bloor Viaduct. That ding you hear is just good etiquette. Usually an on your left verbally or a ding when you're passing in tight quarters is the right thing to do, just to let the person know you're there. Also, let's say I'm riding and there's a pothole right in front of me, and I might swerve left to go around it, but if I hear that ding, I'll know there's someone there, and to not do that. But if you don't hear the ding, you might end up hitting them. That's just one reason for the ding. I would say maybe half of the people do it. It's not always necessary if it's a nice wide overtake. I don't really think you have to ring your bell in that case. But when it's within a bike lane like this, it's the right thing to do. I say that as two people whiz by me not doing it. Broadview, I wanted to go north here, up to Mortimer, but it is not open, it looks like. Oh, yeah, it is. Let's walk. I'm gonna do this the old-fashioned way. Let's see where this ambulance is going. This driver got stuck holding up for the ambulance. Can't really blame them. Yeah, they still got honked at. So this is north up Broadview. That is peak asshole behavior there, honking at someone because they held up for an ambulance. This is Broadview Danforth. I think there's Mortimer and Cosburn is another major east-west street. I think Cosburn has a bike lane. Maybe we'll head up to Cosburn. The last time I was up this way on a live stream was on my e-bike in the winter, and I stream sniped the Ken Continuum. Actually, he was streaming. I was just recording a regular video. I think that's how that went down. That's how I knew where he was. This is Chester Hill here. The Chester Hill Lookout is over on the left. I'll probably hit that soon in an upcoming video. Whew, it is hot. This is Mortimer. But we're gonna go up to Cosburn. I don't really feel like taking the e-scooter up to O'Connor. Hey, a Dollarama. You know what? Let's order my food now. Since we've got the sanctity of a parking lot. Robert Parker, Johnny, have you made any plans to travel abroad soon? I'm currently trying to figure out what the next big trip is. But thank you very much, Robert Parker, for the $5. It's always appreciated, Robert. I've got some ideas, but it's really contingent on, let me see here. It's really contingent on flight prices. Sorry guys, I can't see the chat right now. I'm just trying to pull up free item if I spend over $30. I am probably not going to be spending that much. Okay. I'm going to have a grilled pork vermicelli. How does that sound? Just placing my order here. Go to checkout. No, thanks. Pickup. 5 to 15 minutes. Confirm your order. All right, I have ordered my food. Thank you for sticking with me. And thank you, Robert, for the $5 super chat. I've ordered a grilled chicken vermicelli from a place down on Danforth, but we're gonna go for a little ride up to Cosburn first. Said ready in 5 to 15 minutes. Well, I don't think I'm going to be there in 5 minutes. Here's Cosburn. I was right, we do have a bike lane. Awesome. So we are in the former borough, I guess, standalone city of East York. Heading east on Cosburn Avenue. There's some good density in this part of apartment buildings. Of the 5 former boroughs, East York has the smallest population. Geographically, it's not very big. Wow, I'm at Pape already. It's amazing how much faster you move across this area on this street than you would on Danforth. Let me see the status of my order here. It says my order is ready at 6:19. Well, that gives us a bit more time. It's probably going to be ready earlier than that. We can keep jamming along for a bit. All right, Lisa, take care. So this is Pape Village along this stretch of Pape Avenue. Well, I see a super chat in there. Let me just safely pull off. Robert Parker, oops, that was supposed to be $10 for the Philippines trip, my bad. Robert Parker, thank you. I should have had some lechon and pancit tonight, but thank you for the $10, Robert Parker. I will promise you to put the Philippines on my radar and integrate it into my flight search prices. I would probably combo that with another country. Manila is a big, crazy city. I stayed in Makati last time. Well, the only time I was there. I didn't really leave Makati much. It's kind of the more modern, nicer part of Manila. Actually, Makati might be its own city if I'm not mistaken. But I remember hearing all these horror stories about getting there from the airport. And literally, like, I think my taxi was 15 minutes and like $10. Took me right to my hotel. I was at my hotel like 3 hours before check-in. And they let me in right away, and it had a hot tub on the roof. And I went up there, and I spent some time on the rooftop, and I ordered a chicken adobo. Well, we got another super chat. Here, I think I'm gonna hit a red light coming up. This is Donlands. Cane Rack. Good day, Johnny Strides. Keep hydrated. Thanks for showing us around. Keep safe. Ro Anna. Thank you very much for the $5 and the support. Always appreciated. As I am continuing along Cosburn here. Thank you again. What time is it? It is 6. I'll get an update from the app when my food will be ready. Maybe they've adjusted the time. I see a message from someone in my fantasy football league lamenting the loss of Travis Kelce, his prized first-round draft pick Already looks like he's going to be a bit wonky and inconsistent. This is Greenwood Avenue. Let me check that app again. Well, it still says preparing ready at 6:19. Got 17 minutes till my vermicelli will be ready. Dieppe Park Sports Complex on the right. Now, you have asked me before today where Dieppe Park Sports Complex was. I would have guessed maybe Quebec, but apparently it's right here on the right. It's a nice little retail stretch here. Alright, so I'm going to make my way south at the next major street. I need to record a regular video up on this street. It's kind of nice, it's a bit different. There's a lawn bowling club right there on the right. Cosburn Park Lawn Bowling. You know what, let's check out some of the residential streets in this part of East York. If I'm not mistaken, this is the area that when they wanted to build, it was either a shelter or affordable housing. The neighbors threw a tantrum, and there's a clip that went viral of someone saying that a parking lot at like a community center was the heart and soul of their community. And they couldn't stand to see it be turned into housing. Peak NIMBYism right there. If you don't believe me, Google it. Not much in the way of like modern housing or big new buildings. It's got kind of an old school feel to it. I say that as I ride past a brand new house. Oh, and we are almost at Michael Garron Hospital coming up on the left. So this is Mortimer. I'll wait for a break in traffic here. There's where the old East York Civic Center is, so that's where City Hall used to be, just on the left. Before amalgamation and the mega city was formed. All right, so I'm going to go right on Coxwell. got 13 minutes till my food is done. And if I'm a little early, that's okay. I can take my streaming stuff and put it away properly. That's the Michael Garron Hospital on the left. This is Salmon Avenue, which I believe is the southern boundary of East York. So now we are just in the old city of Toronto proper. Whenever I'm not entirely sure of what I'm saying, I'll often throw an I think or I believe in front of it. That's my way of saying, I'm pretty sure, but don't quote me on that. Maybe fact check it. Glebe-Home Boulevard. According to that sign there, it is 6:08 and 30 degrees Celsius. Coxwell subway station is just in on the left. And if you were to continue south on Coxwell, that would take you through the eastern end of Little India and all the way down to Woodbine Park. That's where Busker Fest was last weekend. So we are westbound on Danforth Avenue. The restaurant I have ordered from is at Logan, so we still have a ways to go. Look at this, some boxes just chilling in the bike lane. That's not cool. Get out of the bike lane, you stupid boxes. There's the Wren on the right. This is really kind of a neat little stretch. There's a lot of nice restaurants here. Some cool cafes. And a stretch of town known as Little Ethiopia. Wesley says last day before he goes to school. This is Greenwood Avenue. Someone says they came back and I'm still going. Well, I can stream a little longer these days than before.
Oh my god.
As I've got a new battery in the iPhone. The battery health was down in the 70s. Now it's back up to 100. I don't really like hooking a battery bank up to it. I was thinking of getting one of the new iPhone 15s for streaming. But apparently Apple is locking the USB-C to USB 2.0 speeds, which as someone who might want to make videos with them, sounds egregiously bad and typical Apple. Welcome to 2000 era transfer speeds for getting that video onto your PC. Thanks, but no thanks. I'll probably just keep this iPhone for streaming and maybe get a Galaxy Ultra as my second phone instead. Nice mid-engined Corvette. So we are entering Greektown. Why is this car in the bike lane? Wow, they got their window down, like, nice middle finger for them. If he had his window down, I would have given him an earful, but the best I could do was give him the bird. Bike lanes are not for parking. If you're an emergency vehicle, sure. Wheel-trans, okay. Anyone else, GTFO? I don't have my scooter in a high enough gear to have made that pass. I don't mind slower riders. It's good that people are just out on their bikes. And we're back to Pape Avenue. So I've got 3 minutes to get there. Sounds like I timed this one just right. Oh, he's playing chicken with those pigeons. Restaurant I'm going to should be just over on the other side of the street here. But either way, we're going to end things here at this public square. This nice little area. So I just want to say huge thanks to everyone for tuning in on this one. Thanks to our mods for their excellent work, and our channel members and Patreon supporters, and everyone who sent support, and just everyone who watched. Wow, we're only at 42% battery left. This new battery is kicking ass. Brad Palmer here. Thank you, Brad. There I am. I'm gonna eat, go sit in some air conditioning, and then go walk a dog. But huge thanks to everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And as always, I will catch you on the next one. Stay out of the heat. Yoink.